You know what? I'm not even going to do the introduction because I'm just done. I'm done with 2020. I'm done with all of this. I'm just done. Now James Bradberry out against the Browns going on the COVID-19 list. Really? This really? And you know. All right, the Jason Garrett thing was, didn't want to say the Jason Garrett thing was bad because it wasn't bad. But this is bad. This is bad. I mean, you got Jarvis Landry. I mean, where do we go from here? I mean, really, where do we go from here? I mean, Darnay Holmes, I think, is probably still a game time decision. He missed last week and was replaced, of course, with Xavier McKinney. So he'll probably be a game time decision. I don't think he's going to be able to play. You got Isaac Yiadom. And then we got a merry band of others. Yes, Peppers has been playing well, but majority of his snaps, I think like 48% of his snaps are in the box and basically more towards a linebacker position. He can't cover, but I would not say coverage skills are what best suit Peppers. Now, he is not a Landon Collins in his coverage, but he is also not, he's not always fleet of foot and can be had in coverage. So that's going to be an issue right there. Then we're going to have to, when Isaac Yiadom is your best corner at this point in time, when he's your best corner, we got problems. I mean, it's not that the Cleveland offense has scored something like 80-something points in the last 2 weeks. And I don't see that stopping against the Giants. Now, the thing is, what do the Giants do? Do they play more of a 7-in-the-box set so they can then try to minimize the running skills of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb? Oops, sorry. Or do they sit there and put extra safeties and extra DBs in to try to limit the damage of losing James Bradberry? I mean, I do not envy Patrick right now. Patrick Graham. I don't envy him because he is going to have to either figure out a way to generate a massive pass rush, make Baker Mayfield more into a three-step drop quarterback in a throw because the pressure's in his face too much. Make sure he can't sit in the pocket. He doesn't get comfortable in the pocket because when Baker Mayfield gets comfortable in the pocket and he has lanes to pass, Baker Mayfield is just as dangerous as any quarterback in the league. So the question is going to be, I mean, personally, what I would do is I would try to generate more of a pass rush. And I'm not sure how to do that because, like I said, outside of Leonard Williams with his 8.5 sacks, I don't see us having the ability to bring a pass rush from all sides. I mean, we have always been a pass rush by committee outside of Leonard Williams, but it's just not something that we do well. We don't do it poorly, but we have to divide up our rush and our sacks. So does that mean you bring Carter Coughlin in more? Well, Carter Coughlin played 46 snaps last week. I think he played like 68% of the snaps. So do you rush Carter Coughlin more? Do you try to utilize Cam Brown? Do you bring in Julian Love, McKinney, and Peppers, kind of like you did last week? Do you slide Julian Love into the CB2 position? Do you pluck a guy off the practice squad? I mean, at this point in time, what do the Giants... If there was one player outside of Blake Martinez that we couldn't replace, that would be James Bradberry. James Bradberry is our lockdown corner. He is our quasi Deion Sanders. He is the guy that goes out there and one of the things I love about James Bradberry is when you don't hear his name mentioned often, it's because of the fact that he is out there doing what he is supposed to do. Plain and simple. He is doing what needs to be done, and you may not hear his name, but that's because he's doing his job so well. And then when you do hear his name, 99% of the time, it's because he's breaking up a pass, intercepting, or just making a fantastic play. But the other portions of the time, you don't even hear him because he's doing what he's supposed to do on defense. Now I'm also waiting to see if there's any other contact with Bradberry and other players on the defense. I mean, I'm not sure, the details if he's tested if he's been in the meeting rooms, if he's been in close contacts with the other defensive backs. I'm not sure how this is going to directly play out for Sunday night. I'm not going to sit there and say this is the end of the world. It's not going to be good, though, I mean, honestly. But I think if we can do something with our front, we can get some pressure for maybe Carter Coughlin, Tate Crowder, maybe see if we can't get some more penetration with Dexter Lawrence, have Leonard Williams pick up the slack. Leonard Williams was a no-show last week. We have to admit that. He was a no-show last week. But, I mean, no matter who they bring, no matter who the Giants bring in, put off the practice squad, do whatever they got to do to fill James Bradberry's position, you're never going to fill James Bradberry's spot. You need multiple guys to fill Bradberry's spot. That's how much of a detriment this will be to the New York Football Giants. And like I said, we hope that the contact tracing will show that he was not in contact or close proximity with any other players on the defensive backfield. Because right now the Cleveland game is getting worse and worse by the moment. 2020 has befallen the Giants like no tomorrow. The good news is the Black Rifle Coffee showed up, and I got a second cup going on here right now. And I'll have enough till the next batch arrives in a couple days. But again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that play thing, you know what I mean? So that'd be awesome.